What's the good word, my nerds? Sarge here, back with you again. Today from my truck, taking a quick lunch break. I wanted to get this video out as it is kind of time sensitive and I'm going to be out of town for the next few days. So I didn't want to wait until I got back to try to mash something up and get some gameplay footage for you. So if you get tired of looking at my ugly mug, I certainly understand. Maybe you can just flip the phone over or turn off the monitor if you're watching this on a computer or a TV and just listen to what I have to say. Real quick, I just want to hop in. As most of you are probably aware by now, EA and DICE have announced that the Firestorm Battle Royale mode, along with some other content for Battlefield 5, is now being postponed until March of 2019. They had already postponed the multiplayer release for about a month, set to come out here on November 20th. So they're already way behind in the game, and so I just wanted to take the next several minutes to discuss the impact that these delays are going to have on the game. So starting from basically the very beginning with this game, EA has already dug themselves a pretty massive hole by letting that whole SJW controversy get out of hand. You know, they had to fire some employees because of the way they handled the publicity aspect of that issue, and and then they release a beta that was like the most uninspired beta that I've played probably ever. I understand back in the day betas came out as a way to actually test games, but for all intents and purposes nowadays, betas in the modern day are more or less a free trial or a free preview of the game. And playing that beta, there was absolutely nothing exciting to take away. There were no aspects of the game that I'm looking forward to playing from the beta. The weapons, the vehicles, basically all just felt like a bunch of shit that you had done in Battlefield before, just reskinned for the time period that this game was going to be set in. You know, it just felt like Battlefield 1 with reskinned weapons and vehicles to me. So, I mean, coming back from those two things already is going to be difficult just to overcome that SJW controversy that probably cost them some potential customers, and then you release a beta that just created no hyper excitement around your game at all. And now to back up the Firestorm mode, which actually was really one of the only new and interesting things they were going to be doing this year, you know, they're in a tough spot. And the fact that Call of Duty will have already been out for over a month by the time their game releases, so you got a bunch of people, you know, with hours and hours invested in their Call of Duty, they got all their friends playing Call of Duty, getting them to walk away from that and go into Battlefield is going to be a tough task. And, you know, a lot of people might argue that this isn't a direct competition, but I think that they really need to be significantly worried about the fact that Red Dead Redemption releases here in a few days, which is going to be almost a month before their game as well. So you look for people who are fans of that genre, and I know that Red Dead Redemption isn't technically like a first-person shooter, but, you know, it still attracts a lot of the same fan base as Call of Duty and Battlefield. So to have Call of Duty out for a month, Red Dead Redemption 2 almost out for a month before your game even releases, you're already starting just in an incredible hole. And now to be telling fans that they're not even going to get anywhere near what the full experience that they were expecting upon release is, I mean, I just cannot see this game having any financial success in terms of sales numbers. So anyways, guys, like I said, this was just going to be a quick listener. I'm going to wrap up with one final thought here. If you haven't seen much of my content before, one important thing to understand is that I'm in no way an anti-Battlefield guy. You know, I'm definitely the furthest thing you could be from a Call of Duty fanboy. I would love nothing more than to sit here before you today and say that this year's Battlefield is going to be the one that completely dethrones Call of Duty, and everybody that you know is going to just be playing Battlefield for the next 3 years, and Call of Duty will die a painful death. But unfortunately, I just don't see that happening. If you saw my review about Call of Duty, you know that I think this year's Call of Duty actually was a pretty solid release. It's the first Call of Duty that I've enjoyed in a long time, and I've just been disappointed on so many different fronts from this year's Battlefield that I'm having some serious thoughts about not buying it upon release, which is someone who's trying to get into content creation on YouTube is going to be difficult because I need to be making these videos that everyone's looking for, and Battlefield's one of the games that's highly trafficked on YouTube. But the game looks like it's just going to be so bare bones and uninspired, I'm not even sure that I want to waste my time trying to play it or review it. So anyways, guys, like I said, going to keep this one short. I really appreciate you taking the time to listen in, and please like and subscribe if you haven't already, and keep your eyes out. We're going to be keeping a lot more content coming at you here soon in the near future. Till next time, Sarge out.